when the market opens up and we're looking to ground ourselves, first thing, that's the number one thing we want to do. We're going to look to see what type of functions we can make of the market and see what we can do as far as charting it to make sense for us. And one of the best ways to do that is to look 2 bars back. And we can see if we can find levels like that. And this chart is set up, these are weekly bars, and then so these are just, you know, the weekly levels. These pink lines here are the weekly level 2 bars back, and the black lines are the daily levels, the little intra levels in there, just to show you without any noise on it, without all the separations, just making it look normal. And that right there is the number one goal, is to try to make it look like it's not a big deal for us, so that we can understand what type of market we're looking at. So in this bar here, we bounced off of 2 bars back, and in the current bar we ran towards 2 bars back. Now we're talking weekly bars, and one way we can do that is we can use a fib, and I like to just use cutting into fourths, you know. So if I'm in this current bar here, in this current week right here, then I'm looking 2 bars back to see what it's going to do. So we can see how it came down into these levels as far as the week, and we can see how it gave us a trading range in which it wanted to function through. And so we could have looked at that for a higher time frame analysis to understand how we could have came back up underneath this range right here and been doing this stuff and been messing with 2 bar back functions on the days. We come down here and we get 2 bar back functions. Let's see, what day is this? This is Tuesday into Thursday, and we have a low of into the Wednesday closing levels. So we have a high of the closing level here in the area of the little closing level, and so 3 and 5 worked that, and it was off of this function right here, 2 bars back. Now it doesn't always look very clean. Sometimes it's a little jumbled up mess. It just depends on how much time it has spent in that area. So we can see how, if we're in this current week right here, we could have looked 2 weeks back and saw that these levels right here could have had some value to us. And we can see how we would have run towards that, and we hit our previous week's high right here. And so what we want to do is look for an overall weekly function to try to get us an understanding of our daily functions. And so that basically, we just repeat that right there as the new week would come. And then you would just take your tool and drag it along. Instead of that week back here, we'll now do this week over here. And this current week actually responded pretty good to it. I'm referring to this current candle and to this 2 week back section here. And you'd see how the levels came in and how that they were respected. You would have 382 levels and 618s and stuff like that in there. But I mean, I just know where they are generally, so I don't really mark it out whenever I can understand what it is that I'm looking for. So I would be now getting this trade. It trades off of what? Potential 2 bar back function down there. I'm not looking at it, so I'm not going through that part right now. We're going to look at this current level and look at these weekly levels. So this is a way that we can quickly understand what type of setup we're in. And so we can see how when we came back into that week, we landed on the 75% or 25% and took off back up through it. But also, this was a function of a blast off section and 2 bars back inside of this. So this is happening 2 bars back, giving me these levels. And inside of that week, I'm getting a 2-day back function at the same time. You see how that's working? Orange one is the 2 weeks back, and the black one there is the 2-day back function in that level. It is also going to be that if we look at this day, that is Thursday, and the high that put in this day right here, over here in the opening range of this 2 week back function in which we're looking to trade. This was a Tuesday's level. This is just the opening level right there. So it's showing 8 p.m. and then, you know, so it's showing Monday still, but it's actually Tuesday then. And so we bounced off of that Tuesday in a Thursday, off of the 2 weeks back, 2-bar back function on the weekly bar, little Fibonacci tool there, and in the current day. So we can turn on our daily levels and then be able to see our way through that a little bit better. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys were catching the function before I actually broke down the weekly level and started getting off into it, just to kind of get you the understanding. And now you start to see how those little black lines worked in better, and it just looks a little more messed up. So what we can do is we can ground ourselves. We may turn our daily sessions to try to eliminate all the noise, and then just try to look on the inner functions. You can mark the 2-day back functions, right? Check them out and look and see how they traded for you. That's or how they charted for you, and then you can decide if you have a trade that you like. So we can see, if we put that back on here for the 2-week back function, we can see how it did this stuff and how it ran through it. So we can take that back off, and we can see how this bar was Tuesday, traded in Thursday. So at the same time, Thursday is trading off of Tuesday. It's trading off of a 2-day back function of Tuesday as well. So we get 2 days back and mathematical functions of like kind numbers all colliding at the same time. So it's a confluence of numbers, and that's what we're looking for to try to understand what's going on, why it would have done it. 2 days back, 2 days back, 2 days back. So we can take this tool and we can move it over here, and we can put that section at the bottom and see how we fell down to this level here, and we kind of went towards previous day low. But if we take this little end box of the closing little consolidating range here of the 2-day back function, and we draw it across, we can see that we hit down here at the 75% mark. So that's what drove this function right there from 2 days back. Off of level, Monday wanting to push outside of the previous week range. It may not, it doesn't really matter. If it doesn't, Tuesday will most likely want to expand. And so that's just bar 2 will be running against this. If this is an inside day, it may or may not be. That's not what my point is. But this will be bar 5. This would be 6, and Tuesday will be 7. So it would be odd, even, odd if it were to do that and dump down back towards something. It could go back towards these previous levels if it wanted to. Doesn't mean it's going to. I'm just saying what a market function could do based off of things. Now, it could very well come up on Tuesday and then bounce off of a range of the entire day 2 days back, and then we'll be playing in that range. So we can see how we can mark the charts and understand our way through them pretty well. Now we can see we came down here to the trading level, and we've seen how it did everything else. So what we can do is keep our chart clean and keep focused. We're down here at level. We're getting a trade off the low of the day, right? So when we swing back up and we're doing this move on the 10-minute, we're getting a 2-bar back function at the swing failure pattern right there. That will probably, yeah, there you go. It did it on the 5-minute as well. 2 bars back, opening level, right? And it took off. So it'll keep doing those type of function as it's running itself up towards the highs. Now, I did take these trades the other day. I took a trade over in one of these, and then I traded this day. It was more up here because it blasted off. By the time I got into it, could make sense of it for a trade. I traded in here. I traded yesterday Friday, and then today I traded off these lower levels up here. I got out earlier. It was back in here. So it is probably going to push past that level. It could keep pushing. I wouldn't necessarily be looking for a short from it right now. I'm out of it, so it doesn't really matter to me. So I got a pretty good move off this. And at first I was actually down in here, and I was making money, and it pushed, and then I realized it was going to come down. And by the time I got out of it, it was pretty much at break even. And then I just let it hit the level, come back up, and then do a little swing failure pattern down, and I got in off that pattern off these little trade levels down here. It actually worked out pretty good, so I didn't really feel like waiting to hold it all the way to the high. I had some stuff I needed to get done. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. We can go back and look at Doge really quick, because Dogecoin did a pretty cool pattern. Let's see here. Just go back to the hour. So 2 bars back. Let's take these session breaks off really quick, just so you can see it. Yeah, I had made a thumbnail, and so that's what that stuff's on there from. But yeah, 2 bars back, bam, shot over, and it went 2 bars back to the high in this one. And now over here, we're looking at levels. We've just entered this new bar, so we're looking past this one, back at this level right now. And it does appear that it could want to move off of that. It could, as this level's high right here was brought over into our current bar. We came down and we front run it by very little, and then now we have a previous week low trade at the trade level of 2 bars back. So we can get a lower time frame long off this, and lower time frame trigger at the higher time frame trigger at the same time. So we may get a previous day low at another mathematical function from 2 bars back. So this could be where the market starts going up from. On BTC, if we were to let's turn these sessions on so I can see it a little bit easier. And so if I was to look at a 2 bar back function on here, I would say I would be looking at this day, not this day, but I would be in this day, looking at this day again. It was an inside day. Yeah, they just kind of put the market on pause. So this day broke it, went up to these levels, didn't really do much. You got this bar, you look 2 days back, inside bar didn't really matter. You got these levels right here that you could get a trade off of. So it's not very hard to look and find a 2-day back function on even on Bitcoin. It sounds, a lot of people are afraid of it, but it's really simple. You've got a low, you've got a high, 2 days over, we look for a trade. So that's all we do. We pretty much just repeat the function, and that's it. Current day, 2 days over, we failed, went down. And current day, 2 days over, failed the levels, the little closing level there. So we can look for these type of functions and then try to understand our way through it. And down here, what got the market pushing over here was a 2 bar back function right here. In this day right here, 2 days back, bam, right? Look at this bar, 2 bars back, the bar that started making it move, right? We're here, we look here, right? Bam, it's moving. If you're here, you're looking here. You're outside of it. It's continuing. 2 bars back, 1, 2. What do we have? A small range. It went right down in there and it hit the 50% move. The 50% of the range from 2 bars back. It took off. Now we have this new range which brought it back down, right? So it's 2 bars back, find a function, 2 bars back, find a trade function. So we're going to show you how to do all this right here, and then we'll get it to a level that will be doing weekly bars, so that we can look past all this stuff, and then we can look for like kind of number signals on the inside. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So 2 bars back, 2 bars back, 2 bars back, odds and evens. I'm going to get you guys to where the market functions. I'm going to lead you to the math, but I need you to pay attention. 2 bars back, like kind of numbers, odds and evens. That's it. Pull the fib from 2 bars back if you like fibs. That's how you do it.